Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to do something pretty cool. We are going to crack the secret code that's hidden inside every great story you've ever read or watched. Think about it. From epic myths your teachers told you about to the movie you just streamed last night, have you ever stopped and wondered, what do they all have in common? Like, what's their secret sauce?
Well, it turns out there's this hidden formula, a secret code almost, that writers have been using for centuries to hook us in.
And you know what? For the next few minutes, we're going to crack it. Together. Think of us as story detectives on a mission. So, you ready to dive in? Let's do it. Okay, first things first. Every good detective needs to know what they're looking for, right? Our target is something called a narrative text. So, what is that? It's really just a fancy way of saying a make-believe story. Something imaginative that's created to entertain people. Like any fairy tale or adventure you love? Yep, that's a narrative text. But here's the thing, it's not always just about having fun. I mean, sure, the author wants to amuse you, but a lot of the time they have a secret motive. They're trying to teach you a lesson or maybe help you learn something important from what the characters go through. And these stories come in all different shapes and sizes. You've got your classic fairy tales, like Cinderella. Then there are folk tales, which are stories passed down in a community, like Malin Kundang. You also have fables, where animals are the stars, like The Ant and the Dove. And of course, legends, those epic tales that might explain how a place like Lake Toba was created. All right, you ready for the big reveal? Let's pull back the curtain and look at this secret blueprint, the structure that pretty much every single one of these stories follows. And you'll be surprised at how simple it is. It all boils down to three main parts. First up, you've got the orientation. This is just the beginning, where we meet the characters and figure out the setting, the who, where, and when. Then comes the complication. Ooh, this is the juicy part. This is where the problem hits. The main character runs into some kind of challenge. And finally, we get the resolution. This is the solution where the problem gets solved and the story wraps up. Beginning, problem, solution. That's the secret code. Okay, so now we have the blueprint, but how do you actually spot these things in a book or a movie? Well, you look for the clues. It's like finding forensic evidence right there in the text. So, what's in our detective kit? Well, you're going to be on the lookout for things like time markers, obviously specific characters, and lots of action verbs. Keep an eye out for words that connect ideas, like when or suddenly. And here's a huge one, direct speech. That's just when the characters are talking to each other. One of the biggest, easiest clues to spot is usually right at the beginning. If you see once upon a time, or one day, or long time ago, ding, 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 you can be pretty sure you're reading a narrative. It's like the classic opening line. Okay, clue number 2, past tense verbs. Think about it. Stories are usually telling us about something that already happened, right? So the language is going to reflect that. You'll see words like lived, treated, or helped all over the place. And another dead giveaway? Quotation marks. When you see stuff like this, where she's crying about not having a dress, that's direct speech. It's the characters actually talking, and it's a sure sign you're in a story. All right, enough with the theory. Let's put these detective skills to the test with a real-life case study. And what better story to crack than the code of Cinderella? So let's look at the very beginning. Once upon a time, boom, there's our time marker. There lived a girl named Cinderella. Okay, that's our who. With her stepmother and 2 stepsisters, we're meeting all the characters. This is a perfect textbook example of the orientation. It sets the whole scene for us. Okay, now things start to get messy. We find out she's treated badly. That's a huge problem. And then the prince throws a ball, but she can't go because she doesn't have a beautiful dress. That's problem number 2. See, the conflict has arrived. This is the complication. And here comes the fix. A fairy godmother shows up and poof, the dress problem is solved. Then the prince falls in love with her, which kind of solves her bigger problem of being treated badly, and they live happily ever after. The problems from the complication? They're gone. That, my friends, is the resolution. It follows the code perfectly. Okay, you've seen the blueprint, you've spotted the clues. Now it's time for a little pop quiz to test out your new story detective skills. Let's see what you've learned. Question number 1. What do we call that first part of the story, the part that introduces all the characters and the setting? Got it? It's the orientation. All right, next one. Those phrases like one day and long time ago, what kind of language feature is that? What's that clue called? Those are time markers. And last question. We know stories are for entertainment, but what's another big reason, another purpose for writing a narrative text? It's to teach a lesson or a moral.
And just like that, you've done it. You've cracked the story code. You now have the secret blueprint that's behind pretty much every great story ever told. So the only question left is, now that you know the code, what story are you going to tell?
Halo semuanya! Pernah kepikiran gak sih, apa ya resep rahasia di balik setiap dongeng favorit kita? Dari Cinderella sampai Malin Kundang, ternyata ada polanya loh. Yuk kita bareng-bareng selami dan pecahkan kodenya.
Coba deh, bayangin kalian sekarang jadi seorang detektif cerita. Nah, dalam beberapa menit ke depan, kita bakal mulai investigasi seru buat mengungkap cara kerja sebuah cerita. Siapin kaca pembesar kalian ya.
Oke, investigasi apapun kan selalu dimulai dari dasarnya dulu. Petunjuk pertama kita adalah, apa sih sebenarnya teks naratif itu? Yuk kita buka berkas kasus pertama kita. Jadi, gampangnya gini, teks naratif itu ya cerita fiksi, cerita hayalan. Tujuan utamanya ya buat menghibur kita pastinya. Entah itu dongeng soal kastil ajaib, atau fabel dengan hewan-hewan yang bisa ngomong, semuanya itu adalah gerbang ke dunia imajinasi. Nah, detektif hebat manapun pasti butuh peralatan kan? Di bagian ini kita bakal siapin alat-alat paling penting buat menganalisis berbagai jenis berkas kasus, cerita yang bakal kita hadapi. Jadi gini, cerita naratif itu macam-macam bentuknya. Ada fabel yang tokoh-tokohnya itu binatang, contohnya semut dan merpati. Terus ada legenda, yang biasanya menceritakan asal-usul suatu tempat, kayak legenda Danau Toba. Dan tentunya yang paling sering kita dengar, dongeng atau cerita rakyat kayak Cinderella, yang penuh sama keajaiban. Masing-masing punya cara investigasi yang unik loh. Nah, sekarang, apa sih motif dibalik semua cerita ini? Tentu, yang paling jelas ya buat hiburan. Tapi, sering banget ada motif lain yang tersembunyi, yaitu buat ngajarin kita soal nilai-nilai kebaikan dan pelajaran hidup. Jadi, dibalik setiap cerita, biasanya ada pesan yang nunggu buat kita temukan. Oke, sekarang kita masuk ke bagian paling seru dari investigasi ini. Cetak biru rahasia setiap cerita. Ini adalah kerangka inti yang bikin hampir semua cerita itu terasa pas dan lengkap. Yuk kita bongkar sama-sama. Jadi intinya tuh di sini, hampir semua cerita polanya sama. Pertama ada orientasi, di sini kita kenalan dulu sama tokoh-tokohnya, tempatnya, dan waktunya. Terus ceritanya memanas di bagian komplikasi, di mana masalah mulai muncul. Nah, setelah ada masalah, pasti ada solusinya kan? Itu namanya resolusi. Kadang-kadang di akhir banget ada reorientasi yang isinya pesan moral. Logis kan? Selain struktur, cerita itu juga ninggalin sidik jari linguistik loh. Coba deh perhatiin. Pasti sering nemu penanda waktu kayak pada zaman dahulu. Terus kata kerjanya biasanya bentuk lampau. Dan tentu aja dialog langsung yang ada tanda kutipnya. Ini semua bukti kuat kalau kita lagi baca sebuah narasi. Oke, teorinya cukup dulu ya. Sekarang waktunya praktek. Kita bakal pakai semua peralatan dan cetak biru tadi buat ngebongkar salah satu kasus paling klasik, Cinderella. Kita mulai dari bukti pertama nih, paragraf pembukanya. Coba perhatiin deh kalimat ini. Info apa aja sih yang bisa kita dapetin dari sini? Nah, bener banget. Ini tuh tahap orientasi. Kita dikenalin sama waktunya, yaitu pada zaman dahulu. Terus ada tokohnya, si Cinderella dan keluarganya. Panggung ceritanya udah disiapin. Lanjut ke bukti berikutnya. Nah, di bagian inilah ceritanya mulai seru. Cinderella dapat perlakuan gak enak dan langsung ketemu rintangan pertamanya. Dan ketebak dong ini apa? Iya. Komplikasi. Masalah utamanya muncul di sini. Ada konflik perlakuan buruk plus masalah yang nyata banget. Nggak punya gaun buat ke pesta. Ketegangan ceritanya mulai dibangun dari sini. Tunggu dulu. Coba deh perhatiin pas Cinderella mungkin ngomong, aku tidak punya gaun yang indah. Nah, kalimat yang pakai tanda kutip kayak gitu, itu tuh sidik jari linguistik yang jelas banget. Kalimat langsung. Ini bukti kuat kalau kita memang lagi ada di dalam sebuah narasi. Dan inilah momen yang ditunggu-tunggu dari cerita kita. Dari yang tadinya putus asa, tiba-tiba muncul bantuan tak terduga yang mengubah segalanya buat Cinderella. Udah pasti, ini adalah resolusinya. Masalah gaunnya beres, dia bisa ketemu pangeran, dan semua konfliknya selesai dengan bahagia. Ini dia jawaban dari semua masalah yang kita lihat di tahap komplikasi tadi. Oke, investigasi kita udah hampir kelar. Tapi, ada satu petunjuk terakhir yang paling penting buat kita temukan. Pesan tersembunyinya. Pelajaran apa sih yang sebenarnya mau disampaikan sama cerita ini? Nah, disinilah reorientasi itu penting banget. Walaupun nggak semua cerita punya, bagian ini tuh seringnya berisi rangkuman pesan moral. Inilah harta karun yang sebenarnya kita cari dalam investigasi ini, pelajaran berharga di balik ceritanya. Oke, peralatannya udah lengkap. Cetak birunya juga udah di tangan. Sekarang, giliran kalian yang jadi detektif. Yuk kita tes skill kalian dengan bukti baru.
Coba perhatiin bukti ini. Dimulai dengan suatu hari, dan tokohnya seekor tikus. Nah, dari pembukaannya aja, kira-kira ini jenis teks apa ya? Terus petunjuk kebahasaan apa yang kalian lihat? Fabel bukan ya? Dan kalimat ini masuknya ke tahap struktur yang mana? Coba ingat-ingat lagi sidik jari yang tadi kita bahas. Jadi gitu teman-teman. Sekarang kalian tahu gimana caranya membongkar sebuah cerita, ngelihat kerangkanya, dan nemuin pesannya. Kodenya udah kita pecahkan bareng-bareng. Pertanyaannya sekarang, dengan skill detektif baru ini, cerita apa nih yang bakal jadi kasus kalian selanjutnya? Selamat berpetualang di dunia narasi!